Hello everybody and welcome to Team Mom Shade Room. Now first I want to say thank you guys for the support on my last videos because I honestly didn't know if it would get any views. I was just up here telling my truth, and I basically just did the video for people who follow me on Instagram, and a lot of other people have seen it. So I do want to put out a disclaimer that, I don't hate anyone. First of all, I was just basically telling my truth. I am not attacking anyone. I was just keeping it real. And the racist comments, I'm uneducated, I'm ghetto, I'm ratchet, I'm urban, I'm street. That has no place over here. Okay, I feel like comments like that are so ignorant because, first of all, I'm just a voice. I'm a floating head. What are y'all even talking about? But if you must know, yes, I am black. Yes, I am white. Yes, I am Indian. Now, can we move on? Because that, I feel like I shouldn't even have to address that. But I got so many racist comments, and most of which I had to delete, that I feel like I had to address it. Yes, my hair is curly. Yes, it is. So, guys, basically, I understand that this sector of YouTube, and I understand that Teen Mom is predominantly white and people might not get it. They might not know why I'm over here. I just like the show. I don't have to be a certain color to like the show. So yes, I am mixed. Yes, I identify as black. And can we move on and stop the racist comments? Because I'm far from uneducated. I'm far from street. I'm far from ghetto. I'm far from urban. I'm far from all of these things that you stereotyped me of because of my voice and nothing else. So let's just move on. I see what type of time that Katie Joy's fans are on, though. I see you. I see what kind of people you are. So, moving on. I want to talk about Matt BAIER, okay? Because nobody is talking how messy Matt BAIER has been in this whole LB and Crystal Ball situation. Now, I understand why he jumped on Crystal Ball's video for an interview, okay? Because she was doing interviews about Amber Portwood and he is the ex-boyfriend. So, of course, you want to dig even deeper into the rabbit hole and get people to corroborate a story. So, it made sense for him to be on the story. And it made sense for him to be on the channel. And then the interviews kept going and kept going and kept going. And a lot of people were like, damn, is she obsessed with Matt? So she would say certain things about how Matt talks her down from the ledge every time and how Matt knows just what to say. And people were like, okay, this is weird. I feel like you need to bring it back a little bit because you have a husband. Now, let me tell you guys, I didn't even know that she had a husband until that video of her mocking Chelsea about her anxiety came out. So when that came out, and they were like, yeah, the guy next to her is her husband. I was like, she got a husband? The way she be fantasizing over Matt? What you wouldn't know, it was just so many times of her upplaying her relationship with Matt that I didn't think that she was married. So boom, her and Leslie fall out. So then she gets on her Instagram live. Crystal Ball gets on her Instagram live to state how, she has no ill will towards Leslie, but Leslie did XYZ, and Matt feels some type of way about Leslie now because of something that happened. So then Leslie comes back, she fires back, and she brings Matt on her channel via phone, and they talk, and he kind of threw Crystal Ball under the bus, but I wouldn't say that he did. I feel like he was trying to be neutral as best as he could. But, LB had asked him, have you ever known me to lie? He said no. Have you ever known Katie Joy to lie? He said yes. And then we saw that the tide was turning. Now, before this, Crystal Ball got onto her Instagram live to basically say that Leslie and her sister were trying to steal Matt away from her, and Matt was her friend first. And it was so childish, so ridiculous, and you could tell that Matt didn't want any parts of it at this point.
Matt first.
So after this, I feel like Matt chose a side, and that was LB. So I don't know if there was some secret text going on between Katie Joy and her fans or whatever. And once Katie Joy was pretty much like, I'm done with Matt, some of her fans decided to step up and was like, well, wait, sis, I met Matt through you. We've been talking, blah, blah, blah. So she randomly, I think it was last night, got on to her Instagram live to say this.
It has sent, I'm not going to post the screenshots because I told the subscriber and I promised her I would not send them, but I assure you I have seen them. He sent her photos of his stuff, and he asked, I just took my makeup off. And he asked about where he could come. He was asking to hook up. I just deleted them because she has asked me to remove them. But he was using this page to reach out to girls that are like 20 to 23, 25. The girl that sent me the photos was 25 years old. He was asking them to like hook up. He was sending them dick pics. He was asking for nudes. That's super gross. You are never allowed back on my channel, Matt.
Okay, so she woke up this morning and put the caption, Matt BAIER using my channel to meet women, asking young women where he can cum, anything for clout. So listen to these text messages. So it says, nice, you had me going. Now this is Matt in the white. She's like, and the girl's in the blue. So she's like, I'm not fucking with you. He was like, when was your last boyfriend? She said, I was 20. He says, you hadn't had a boyfriend in 3 years? She says, no, I haven't. He says, you haven't had sex in 3 years? She says, I mean, I've had sex. I just haven't been in a relationship. So the next photo, I'm thinking that he invited her to wherever he lives. And she says, I'll have to come in a week when I can pay it. He says, I understand, or I can just wire you money. But if it's too quick, I completely understand. So she says, I feel really uncomfortable having somebody wire me money. He says, if you meet me, how did you think it would go? She says, I think it would be amazing. It would be the best moment of my life. So he says, why did you ask me if I fucked my fans? Y'all, seriously, when I read this, I was dying laughing because she literally said, if I meet you, Matt BAIER, it'll be the best day of my life. And he says, so why you asking did I fuck my fans? Clearly, he in his head, he's like, oh, I got a fan. Oh, she juiced up. Oh, she trained to go. This is what's going on in his head. So then it switches to some Snapchat DMs. So now these are confusing because I think he's talking to the same girl, but he's talking about Flossie and Leslie. He says, wait till you hear the statement I told Flossie and Leslie to read tonight. Ha ha. She says, what? He says, what do you mean? You don't think I wasn't going to respond, did you? Okay. So moving on, he says, I want you. So I'm guessing he's nice and drunk now because they were talking about beer on the last lie. So he says, I want you. And then he says, tell me where you want me to come. cum. And I got one question, ladies and gentlemen. Did we not see this coming? Did we not see this coming? I saw this coming because like I just said, I understood why he was on Without a Crystal Ball's channel. But then over and over again, no, I didn't understand why he was on the channel over and over again. After you say your piece, now y'all are just genuinely talking, okay? And I don't understand why you want it to be on Leslie's channel. She does similar content and she has the same supporters, but what other story could you tell her besides the one you just told Crystal Ball? Like you're regurgitating stories now. So I definitely knew that he was up to something. And this is his way to meet single females, which is who they're talking about every day about reality television. Like, I saw this a mile coming, okay? Once a sleazeball, always a sleazeball. Like, and I like Matt. I feel like he's very personable when he calls Leslie. I really don't like him on Crystal Ball show, but I feel like he's really personable when he calls Leslie. But I knew that the final end game would be him trying to hook up with somebody. I just knew it. Like, but hey, at the end of the day, the girl was, 23, 24? She was grown. And it's like, why are you reporting this to your mommy? Kind of, sort of. Like, to bring more hate towards Matt, or like, what was the point? Like, what was the point? You knowingly, like, gave your number out to Matt and stuff. It's just weird, like, to report this back to mommy, you know, being a grown woman. But thanks for letting us know that he is a sleaze.